Hi folks, I'm Ian Baker, the product specialist here at American RV in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Today it's my pleasure to tell you all about the brand new 2017 Thor Challenger 37YT. If you've tuned into the channel before, you may have seen the sneak peek that we did at the factory. We finally have one here in stock. I'm super excited. Let's go ahead and start on the outside. We'll make our way around and then head on in. If you're not familiar with the Thor Challenger, it is built on the Ford F53 chassis, has a 6.8 liter engine putting out 320 horse, 460 foot-pounds of torque with this 6-speed torque shift transmission. That transmission is new on the 2017 models, makes a huge difference when you're driving at highway speeds. Right up front, you see the one-piece automotive bonded windshield. You don't have an H gasket like maybe you have currently in your older coach. And so that's nice, having the big one solid piece, huge view and visibility from the driver's seat. You also have wet arm windshield wipers on there, so it cleans the windshield nice and evenly. So you come around to the side here, it's a little bit tough to see, but there is a rock guard on the front, so that way any kind of bugs or anything don't stick to the front. You don't have to worry about it ruining the paint. Right here on the side are your side view mirrors. Both driver and passenger have bi-directional mirrors as well as the camera on there. So that way as soon as you hit the blinker, you can easily see to either side, help cover those blind spots when you are moving this coach and merging lanes. 22.5-inch tires with aluminum wheels on there, so less chance for any kind of rust or corrosion, and you have 22.5 both in the front and in the back, so you have a better ride than a lot of the competition. Getting into the coach is very easy. 2 power steps here to climb inside the door there. Beautiful paint on the exterior. This is the port paint color. It is full body paint, and Challenger uses one of the best paints in the industry. They use Sikkens paint. If you're not familiar with Sikkens, it's something they use on a lot of high-end sports cars. The reason is the paint never truly cures. So what that means, and the reason that they use it is because no matter how well you build a coach, there will be some flex in it while going down the road. It's just unavoidable. Because the paint never truly cures, the paint will flex with the coach versus a lot of the competition where what ends up happening is where it flexes up top, you start to see spider cracks all along that roof line because of the flexion in the coach. That won't happen with the Sikkens paint. It's also cut and buffed. It's an absolutely beautiful exterior on here. As I said, one of the best in the industry. Let's go ahead and drop down below here. Take a look at some of our compartments. So right here is your propane tank. There's 105 pounds of propane in there. You can go ahead and fill up, so plenty of propane to make sure you have heat throughout. Also, I love the doors on here. You can see they're strut assisted. Last little bit there, they open nice and slowly so that they don't constantly slam open. Also side closing, which is nice, that we don't have to worry about any kind of slides getting in the way. And if you accidentally forget to lock one and it is open as you're going down the road, you know, the wind will help force it shut. Then we'll take a look right here. This is one of many pass-through storage areas. And that's right, I said pass-through. If you look up top, you can see the pass-through there. That's because they utilize a 13-inch I-beam in this coach, giving you that extra storage up top. On top of that I-beam, they actually put a neoprene layer, which is great too. That helps, while driving down the road, helps take a lot of the vibration out of the coach. Also, another thing that definitely helps with that, they sync up all 3 drive shafts at the same time. Again, most manufacturers don't do that. Challenger does, because they want to make sure they take any vibration out of the coach they can, and that is a huge deal. If you've ever had a drive shaft that gets out of sync, it is a very costly repair. Big advantage to have on the Challenger. Right here again, you can see pass-through storage, ladder stored right there off to the side. That ladder goes inside to get into the bunk above the cab over, but I'll show you that in a little bit. 2 outside speakers here, so if you want to sit outside, rock out, you can certainly do that. And then right in the center is our TV. Notice how of course it is strut assisted there as well. A couple of electrical outlets, so if you need to plug anything else in, you can absolutely do that. And if we take a look up a little bit, you'll see that there are frameless windows on here. Not only are these frameless, these are also dual pane. That is one of the options on the Challenger, is dual pane windows. We ordered on all of ours. We feel it's very important, not just for insulation values, but also for noise reduction. That they do a great job of helping keep down the noise, and you don't have to worry about moisture buildup. With single pane, a lot of times if it's cold outside, warm inside, you start to get all the moisture inside the windows. We don't want that. Dual pane is definitely the way to go. The advantage of frameless windows: one, they look a heck of a lot cleaner. Two, the seal itself is tucked behind the glass, so that means it's getting beat up less by the elements, which will prolong the life of your windows. And lastly, the way they open, they kind of tilt open. That allows you to keep these windows open while it's raining and still have a breeze coming through. Let's go ahead, take a look right in here. This is our 100-gallon freshwater tank. So huge fresh tank on here. Has an 80-gallon gray tank as well. Couple things about the tanks, and we'll see this as we go through the Challenger. They do a lot of things on the maintenance side to try to make things as easy as possible for you. Part of that is this right here. Your sensors for all the tanks, your fresh gray and black, are all on the outside. Then that way, if anything ever does happen, it's very easy to access and replace. So all I have to do is take off this panel and you can get to those sensors right there. Also, you notice an extra large drain line on there. That's a 1-inch. It's a big tank. It's 100-gallon. You don't want to, have to wait an hour for the thing to dump out. So that 1-inch definitely helps if you need to empty out the fresh tank. Come right back here. So again, we start to see a little bit of storage there. Then in the back here, you have great storage here. You can see, again, the pass-through right up top. And one more time right over here. So you come around to the back of the coach, you will notice the rear fiberglass cap on there. Rear mounted ladder as well. The rear mounted ladder is great because that way you don't have to bring one with you. They do tend to take up a lot of space in your basement compartment. So by not having to bring one, again, space savings. And obviously you do want to get up on the roof. You want to do it a couple times a year just to check, make sure that all your caulk lines and everything are good up there. Also, if you have to clean off the top, you can certainly do that. Whether you need to get off sticks, pine cones, snow, whatever it may be, this allows you to easily climb up and take care of that. Backup camera, front and center there. That's, again, pretty self-explanatory. You have a 38-foot coach here. Essentially, when you're backing up, you want to make sure you're not going to hit anything. That will definitely help prevent that. Rear picture window, that's in the bedroom. We can see that when we go inside. That's really nice. If you have a beautiful view, open the window up in the morning, let the sun shine in. Making our way down, rear fuel fill. This is something that's fairly unique to Challenger, and I really like that they do this. 80-gallon fuel tank, I may add. But the reason I like this is if you've ever driven a bigger coach and you've had to put in, obviously you'll have to pull in to fill up gas. It can be a big pain at the gas station, whether you have to go to the left side, the right side, the side that's open you can't get to. By having a rear fuel fill, it doesn't matter. You can pull up on either side and still be able to fill up. So that is a huge convenience while driving this coach. So I do really like that they did that. Right underneath here is your hitch. This is actually rated for 8,000 pounds. Now, if you're driving, if you plan on towing, over that 5,000 mark, if you're going, 6, 7, 8,000, again, the coach will do it, but I don't recommend you fully load up the inside. Pack a little bit lighter, that way you can tow something heavier behind you, but it does have the hitch there to be able to do it. 2 slides on this side. If you take a look up at the top, you will notice it has slide out toppers on there as well. That again is very advantageous because anything that falls on top, what would land on the slide and have a chance to mess up the seals when you put the slide in. With the toppers, that won't happen. When you put the slides in, that stuff will just roll right off, which is great. So we take a look underneath here. You can see some of the compartments. Here is your power, your relay switch right there as well, and again that pass-through storage up over the top. This was the same compartment we saw on the other side. Big storage there. Right here's your dumps, so you can see your valves right there, which makes it nice and easy. Just bring a hose in, go ahead and hook that up. I do want to add there's also lights in all of these. And also, if there is anything that has any chance of freezing, it is heated, so you don't have to worry about it. This is a full 4 seasons coach. Right here's your convenience center. As I mentioned, a light there, whole house filter right here, which is nice. Black tank flush, everything for winterization. Outside shower there as well. Now you will notice you have another dump right here. You do have two gray tanks on this coach, so you'll have another place to dump it out right there. I recommend just getting a Y. It makes it a lot easier. So you can just Y them both in and then have them dump into the same location. Then right here's your water pump. So as I was mentioning, you know, trying to make maintenance easy on you, that's one of the big things right there. You know, it's not too uncommon for your water pump to fail or have any issues. So if you have to work on it, you can see it's not, you know, tucked behind any cabinets. It's super easy to get to. That way you can go ahead and do any maintenance that you need to on it. Whoops. Maybe if I don't run into the door there. Come around here. Again, you can see same open storage there, so a ton of outside storage in the YT, which is awesome. Right here's our inverter. This one does have the residential refrigerator in there, which runs only off electric, so you have the inverter right there. One of the cool things about that, you know, a lot of people start to get worried about, oh, you know, having an electric only refrigerator, well, what if I don't have shore power? So this coach is equipped with the auto generator start, which is really cool. And you can have that set to a couple different options. One of those is battery level. So, you know, with the inverter and your batteries, is that as the refrigerator is running and starts to lower the battery level, that generator will automatically kick on, charge the batteries back up, so that way you don't have to worry about your food spoiling. You can also do that with temperature if you want. So, you know, that way if it gets too hot in the coach, the generator will fire on, you have your AC on, it will go ahead and cool it back down. You can also do it by time. There's a couple different settings. But I like the fact that it has auto gen start, especially with that residential refrigerator. That's really cool. Speaking of generator, there it is, your Cummins Onan 5500 watt. Then take a look up top. They fully utilize this space. So on the other side was our propane tank. Right here's our generator. You know, when they were putting everything, lining everything up, they put those two things in conjunction with each other so they could have that extra space up top, which is really nice. As you come right over here, you can see our two batteries as well as our hydraulic pump and fluid there. And again, take a look at the hydraulic pump. You know, I talk about maintenance on the Challenger. You can see everything here is color coded, and that makes it really nice and easy to help troubleshoot. And you know, same thing if you know, if you have trouble, if your jacks or anything are stuck down, you can go ahead and use this unit and an Allen wrench, be able to manually bring those jacks back up so you're not stuck. Same thing with the slides here. There is a control for all the slides. It'll be in the pass-through underneath, essentially on the ceiling of the pass-through there. And you can push that control, you can push that button 6 times, push and hold on the 7th. That will put it into a manual mode where you can essentially manually control that slide. Or if that fails, you can actually remove a couple plugs. It removes the brakes on them. You can actually take a couple guys or gals and push the slide in manually and then put the little plugs back in, and that reactivates the brakes. That way your slide doesn't come out. But the reason I say these things is I just want to point out, you know, what Challenger does. It's a very high-end gas coach. They do a ton of things to make the maintenance on it as easy as possible. But all right, that's going to wrap it up for the outside. I know you're excited to get to the inside, so let's go take a look. Welcome to the inside of the 2017 Thor Challenger 37YT. This particular model is in the Westwind interior with the glazed resort cherry wood. Let's go ahead and start off over here. You'll see this is dual opposing slides, so it is nice and big. You get this open floor space, which is great because this is where you'll spend a lot of your time hanging out. So right over here you see your L-shaped sofa. This part does pull out, and so when you put the slide in, of course, you go ahead and slide this part of the sofa back in. And you also have a bed right here as well, so if you have additional guests that need to stay the night, you can accommodate them right there. Seat belts here as well, so you can also have legal riders. Big window up top. This is slow rise shade. You actually have slow rise shades throughout, both day and night shades. And I like the fact they went with the beige color here, not only because it blends in with the Westwind interior, but also at nighttime when you're closing these for privacy, it makes it seem a lot brighter in here versus if you just have black MCDs, sometimes it can be a little dark and daunting. Right up top, you'll see here, beautiful woodwork, by the way. If you've never seen the Challenger woodwork, it's the same thing that Thor uses in their high-end diesel coaches. So beautiful woodwork in here, all solid hardwood as well. But you can see great storage right up here in these 3 compartments. And then in this last one right over here, you have your DVD player as well as your HDMI splitter. Underneath, you will see 2 speakers, 2 LED lights, and 2 electrical outlets. So if you need to plug anything in, you can certainly do that right here on the sofa. Across the way is our entertainment center. Up top, you have this the nice cabinetry here. It has the glass in the front, the nice frosted glass there. Underneath is a TV with a sound bar. Now the cool thing about this is, one, when you're riding down the road, you can actually slide this out, and so that way it can be slid out while while you're driving, so you can still watch TV, which is really cool. The other neat thing this does, though, is this actually slides forward like that, or tilts forward rather. So if you're sitting on the couch, you want a more direct angle while you're parked, you can do that as well. So that's pretty neat. I like the fact it did that for the TV, especially the fact it slides out while riding. I think that's a really big benefit, because that way the passengers back here have something to do while going down the road. Right underneath, a little bit of additional storage right there. Maybe able to fit a couple DVDs in there sideways or something, or I don't know, whatever else you want to tuck away in there, you can do that. Then underneath is your fireplace. Now the fireplace is not only aesthetically pleasing, it also does a good job of putting out some heat. This one's a little over 5,000 BTU an hour. So the cool thing about that, though, is it doesn't use propane, it's electric. So if you are parked, you have shore power. If you don't pay for electric, that is essentially free heat right there. Now let's go to the other side here. You can see a very large slide. This has our dinette as well as the entire kitchen. So nice big slide here. Really, as I mentioned, really opens this space up. You have your Dream dinette here. The thing I like about the Dream dinette, one, is that it's nice and easy to drop down into a bed. You have this right over here. You just twist this lever, and then the bed can push right down. And then it'll sit right here, take the cushions, fill it on top, and that will create your bed space. The other thing I like about it, though, is they have the back cushions here, so you can go ahead, sit right up against the back, lay your legs out, and it kind of creates more of a spot to just sit back and relax. Some cup holders there as well. Now those are meant more for travel than when you're parked, but either way, it's nice to have some cup holders there on the table. And big window here as well. I love when manufacturers are able to give you a campside dinette, because this is what you want to look out and see. You don't want to stare out at your neighbor. You want to open this window up, look out at your campsite, while you're enjoying your cup of coffee or breakfast. And so I love that they're able to do that there. Now, if we take a look underneath the dinette, you will see an electrical outlet right over here. So if you need to plug in a laptop or tablet, you can easily do so. And some additional storage. Nice and easy to access. You'll see they do have this strap. So that way when you put it away, you can just pull this strap to open it up nice and easily. It's not very hard to open. You can honestly just pull it right here on the side. But either way, again, very easy storage to get into. As we move into the kitchen, beautiful kitchen in here. You can see you have great countertop space. Look how much countertop you have behind the sink yet. So the thing I like about that is it gives you a good place to go ahead and put coffee pot, or toaster, whatever else you need. Some extra appliances back there, because a lot of times you don't have that space. So I do like that they did that. Sink top covers here as well. You also have your cooktop covers. Stainless steel undermount double bowl sink. You can take a look at that right there. Solid surface countertops, of course. High-rise faucet here. It is a pull-out. Has a pause button on there too, which is kind of nice if you're not familiar with that. Basically what that's for, so you can have this on. If you have like a bowl or something you need to fill up, you can hit the pause button so it stops putting out water, then let go and it'll continue to spray water. So just a nice, neat little extra feature on there. Now as you come over to the cooktop here, as I mentioned, this does have covers. The thing I like they did, though, is take a look at that. Right behind it, they have a storage spot for your cooktop covers, so you can just take them out, slide them both right back here, and that way you have, a place to store those. But 3-burner recessed Atwood cooktop there. I like Atwood. They have nice flame control, nice and easy to read. High output front burner there, of course, as well. Let's take a quick look underneath. Go ahead and open this up. You can see good storage there. Perfect, plenty of space for all your cleaning supplies. And then you have 3 large full extension drawers right here. Now take a look underneath the oven. You have 2 very deep drawers here. I really like, or underneath the stovetop rather. These drawers are awesome because you can You have plenty of room here for pots and pans. You know, they're larger, they're deeper, and I love, again, when manufacturers do that. Now, speaking of oven, you notice it didn't have an oven. In lieu of that, they put this nice big storage area, which I would much rather have, especially when you have a big Whirlpool name brand stainless steel convection oven. Take a look at that. You know, 30-inch, it's huge. You have plenty of space there. If you want to take this rack out and cook a Thanksgiving turkey in there, you can certainly do that. And I like the convection. It's you know, nice and easy to use. It cooks faster and it's easy to clean too. Moving over to the side here, some additional storage. Right here's your shelf. You can see it's adjustable, so you can go ahead and put that wherever you would like. And then right over here, same thing, that shelf's already in place, but again, that is also adjustable. Beautiful tile backsplash all the way around right here. Another thing I want to add, you will see how it has this lip right here as well. I like that they did that, so if you ever do have water run off, it won't drip over behind your sofa. Now, rounding out the kitchen is your Whirlpool stainless steel residential refrigerator. I did talk about this briefly, the outside, about the auto gen start, so it does have that. But take a look at how much space you have in here. You have great space in here, which is awesome. Huge refrigerator. Has an ice maker built into the door. How great is that? So if you want, you know, some quick ice for your drink, you need some water, you can go ahead and get it right from there. Last thing I want to talk about on the kitchen is this right up here. This is your fantastic fan. I really enjoy the fact that that is there because you know, it's right near the cooktop. So that way, if you are cooking something, it smells, go ahead and turn that on. It will suck that right out. And again, if it's raining, you want a cross breeze, open up some windows, turn that guy on. Your control panel's right over here, right outside on the wall. You can see generator start, everything there. This unit does come with Rapid Camp. The remote's not currently in there. But what Rapid Camp is, it's a remote system that allows you to control your slides, your generator, you can control your landing gear, everything from that remote. So that's really convenient when you're outside. If you need to open up your slides, open up your awning, you can go ahead and do that, especially if you're in a tight spot, to make sure that you won't hit anything. On the other side of the fridge, you have this pantry right here. You can see good space. It is nice and deep. You also have two full extension drawers right here down below. You can see those are finished. They have the nice finished header on there. But again, just maximizing the space here in the kitchen. Now, one of my favorite parts about this floor plan is right over here, and this is the bathroom. Take a look at this beautiful bathroom they were able to fit in this coach. You take a step in, you can see here you have double vanity, which is absolutely gorgeous. But let's take a look in this corner here. You can see the shower. Large shower in here. It's not a small neo-angle. You have plenty of room. You have shelf there. Your hand wand with a big skylight up top. You can see you have a couple of robe hooks or towel hooks right there. In here, go ahead and see you have an adjustable shelf as well as 3 pull-out drawers down below. Now, if you want washer and dryer in this coach, this is where it would go. You take this stuff out. Behind the rear panel is your washer dryer hookup. And that's great. It's in the bathroom. It's out of the way. You know, with a bathroom this big, I like the fact they were able to fit that in there. Then we move over into our gorgeous vanity. As I mentioned, stainless steel bowls. You know, you have the 2 sinks in here. And this is something, you know, I love at home. You know, if you're looking at houses, doing any kind of house shopping, and you're talking about, you know, having an ensuite and a master bath, a big thing is having your dual vanity. Why wouldn't you want that in a coach? So I, again, love that they have that here. You have your towel ring right there to you know, dry your hands off. Big, huge mirrored medicine cabinet up top. You know, that's plenty of room for everything you need for your toothbrush, deodorant, whatever else you have to put up there, you certainly can. Another towel ring right over here, and then great storage all beneath. Open that up, you can take a look right in there. So huge storage all the way underneath there, and 3 additional drawers right over here. Remote for the fireplace, by the way. But you can see, you know, large full extension drawers, so anything you can't fit in there, if you have some larger items, you can certainly put there. So right down here is your toilet, porcelain toilet, so it's nice and easy to clean. You can see you have plenty of room when you sit down, and your toilet paper holder is already installed there too, which means a little less work on your part. Then as you come into the bedroom, you do have a door here to go ahead and close this off, obviously for privacy. But take a look in the bedroom. You will see huge storage all along here, very large wardrobe, mirrors on all of it. Your table leg and table are tucked away here. Those go up front. I'll show you kind of where that goes a little bit later. But just great wardrobe space. I love that they have that. Drawers underneath. You can see nice big drawer space there. And then you have, you know, more drawers all along the bottom here. So plenty of storage for all of your clothes. TV right here. If you want to watch a show before bed, you can do that nice and easily. You can see the blind right there, slow rise shade, lets in some extra light. Additional plug-in here, and you have 4 USB charging ports. So if you need a place to charge your phone, that's a great spot to do it. Underneath is your Multimedia Center here. This is Bluetooth capable. This is what controls your speakers outside as well as your speakers right in here. And again, more drawer space underneath. You can see the bed, king size bed, so nice and big. You don't have to worry about, you know, fighting for space on the bed. And when I lift this up, strut supported. You see you have a little bit of storage here, not super deep, but they make up for it with this right here. Take a look at that. 2 easy access drawers right at the foot of the bed. You know, of course, ball bearing, full extension drawers there as well. But I like that they did that. Again, just makes, you know, trying to make things easy on you. Up toward the head of the bed, you see the leather headboard there. You have some nightstands rather on both sides with storage below those. The one right there is nice and big. Electrical outlets on both sides of the bed too, tucked into the side of the bed. So if you do have something you need to plug in, like a CPAP machine, you can still certainly do that. Put it there on your nightstand. Window on one side here as well as the big window right here. I mentioned we were outside. This is that rear picture window. Right over here, you can see the little bit of wardrobe space there too. So just in case you don't have enough at the foot of the bed, you have this little extra bit here. And then storage all along the top of the bed. And this is very usable storage here in the Challenger. This is nice and deep. A lot of times when they put these up here, you know, you can hardly put anything up top. Not the case, very deep storage there. Your speakers underneath as well as a couple LED reading lights in case you want to read a book before bed. Last thing I want to point out, you do have a second AC here in the bedroom, so you don't have to worry about those hot days. This coach will stay nice and cool. So we take a look at the cab. You will notice the flange on the floor. That is for the table I showed you in the back closet. You just stick the leg in there, stick the table on top. Both your driver and passenger seats do swivel around. That way you can sit up here, you know, play a game of cards, have a snack together, whatever you want to do. Then I like that Challenger does this. You'll see the shroud right here is fiberglass rather than carpeting. That's important for a couple reasons. One, it helps with the longevity of the coach because normally as you're climbing in and out of the passenger seats, you kind of accidentally kick right here. It ends up getting black and dirty. It's almost impossible to clean after a while. Not the case here. The fiberglass remains easy to clean, meaning your coach will look better for a longer period of time. Also, they put insulation on the other side of it, which helps with all of your noise values. So that way, your engine noise is a little bit lower than what you would have in your standard coach. You also see a non-slip mat right there. Plenty of cup holders in the center. You also have a cup holder in each armrest. Speaking of the armrest, if you take a look right over here, you can see, as I mentioned, cup holder there, your mirror control. You have heated mirrors as well. And then you see your auto level right there too. Underneath speakers, so you know you can kind of rock out while you're driving. All your standard controls up front, everything from your dash fans to your map lights, generator start. But something that is kind of unique is this right here. If we lift this up, you'll see this has a USB port as well as an HDMI port. Cool thing about that is your center dash right here, which is your CD player, radio, backup camera, that has HDMI mirroring capability. So what I like about that is for GPS. If you have a smartphone, you know, if it's an Android or iPhone, you can plug a cord into the phone and HDMI into this other end. It will mirror what's on your phone right here on your center dash. So if you are using Google Maps, you can go ahead and have it pop up right here, which is really nice for navigation. Underneath, you'll see all of your climate control there. And then as we take a look over to the passenger side, this is really nice to have this too. This little tray kind of comes up like so. That way, again, if the passenger needs to have a meal or if you have to do work, if you have a laptop or tablet, you can go ahead and set it up right here, do some work. And you'll see underneath the armrest, not only do you have a speaker, you also have a standard outlet there. So you can go ahead and plug that right in. Now the last thing I want to talk about is actually right overhead. You have a bed right up here. It's nice and easy to lower. A control panel's right in here. It has a key. Let me go ahead and drop it down and I'll show you. So as you'll see right behind me here, the bed is down, 500-pound weight limit up here, and you have the mattress built right in. But this is a great feature, you know, especially having it in a couple's coach. If you do have guests and you want to allow them to stay the night, you can drop this down. This is where the ladder goes that I showed you outside. The neat thing about this is if you don't want guests to stay, they won't even notice it's here. Also, it helps with resale value. You know, even though you may buy this coach for 2 people, someone in the future may see this and be super happy because they can bring their kids or grandkids along, whatever it may be. But this is definitely a big feature for resale. As I mentioned, the controls for it were right up here. There's a key right there. You just turn that and that will move the bed up and down. But all right, folks, that pretty much wraps it up. Again, this is a 2017 Thor Challenger 37YT. We just got this floor plan here in stock. I absolutely love it. If you're looking for a great couples coach, you want that double vanity, you know, big kitchen countertop space, huge storage underneath, this is one you have to take a look at. Beautiful woodwork in here. They just do a top-notch job on the Challenger. If you are interested and you'd like price and availability, you can either give myself, Ian Baker, a call here at American RV, or you can always take a look at our website, which is AmericanRV.com, for the most up-to-date information. Also, if you enjoyed this walkthrough, be sure to join our YouTube channel so you'll be one of the first to see the latest and greatest from us here at American RV. Thanks again for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and I can't wait to see you on the road to freedom.